everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm really far away. And I'm Brownie.
You're probably going to notice that we're not looking over there anymore because we finally have enough room. We've done some rearranging, and now everything is over here.
Including me.
We rearranged some walls.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome. I really, really like the new space. It's not a new space. We just fixed it up. Yeah. With the help of all of our friends who are now watching. We actually have an audience today.
Yeah, it's not audience, it's audience.
We have some guest visitors, and this is pretty fun. This is pretty cool. So first, I'm going to start with our new thing that we're doing. Now, Chris, this was your idea. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, you're going to blame me for this? Oh,
yes.
No. I just thought it'd be cool. So we've gained a decent number of people following our Facebook page. If you haven't checked it out, facebook.com/Rise of the Podcast. And we thought that when people use social media for stuff, it's kind of boring when people just post all the same stuff everywhere. It doesn't really give you any benefit of following them in multiple different places. So adhering to the goal of trying to give a little bit of specific content on each platform, on Facebook, we're doing daily videos about how you can do something a little bit Star Wars-y every day. So,
I really like them.
Yeah, the first week is rounded out. This is the beginning of week 2 by the time you're watching this.
Yeah, absolutely. So some fun stuff has happened. So first off, when Chris, you originally called me up and you were like, hey, you want to do this? Nope.
No, he really did not want to do this.
I was like, no, Chris, we already have like so much on our plate. We have a Thursday video and we have the podcast.
Yeah, do you want to do 7 times as many videos?
I was like, you want to make more stuff? No, Chris. And he goes, well, hear me out. And I love the way you approach this because he's like, we'll just do one. We'll just do one. If it doesn't feel right, we'll stop. We'll just stop. You can say you're good. He's like, let's try one. So then he sent me like a proof of concept, and I would have tried one before that, but then I saw the proof of concept and it looked really good. And then the actual finished product after we were filming them was amazing. I really love them. They look so good. They deliver like just a ton of information really quickly. Mm-hmm. And what I wanted to say was while we were doing them, I've been looking forward to shooting another batch of them all day today. I really have been. He
actually came home and was like, man, I'm actually excited to do another one. But I was in the same boat as Jeremy. Like when he got off the phone with you, I was like, I'm not doing anything else. I'm done. Tuesday and Saturday is enough.
Yeah, we have to come down here every day.
Right. And do it, right? But so they're fun. And what I compare it to is so the podcast can go, we have set up and tear down. And we're usually putting in 2 to 3 hours per podcast. And that's just filming. That doesn't include what Chris does editing. And then, we do our Thursday videos. And then, of course, this thing we'll just round up to 13 hours to build. So when you do a 13-hour long shoot and boil it down into whatever the final length of the video is going to be, it's under 20 minutes for sure. It's like, that's a lot. So we started shooting these Star Wars Everyday videos. It's like, this is a minute-long shoot.
Right.
This is amazing.
It literally takes 2 minutes 1 to 2 minutes per video. If you need to do it twice, 4 minutes per video.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to podcast, building the Star Destroyer, or anything like that.
Well, there's list people in the world, right? They're, the gold personality type or whatever, where they like check things off their list and then they feel good about getting stuff accomplished. That's what these videos are for me. They're like a confidence booster, but confidence boosters. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about the community. People say that Star Wars fans are toxic, and they're out there, but man, the people on our page rock.
They really do.
They rock. There's so many awesome people.
I've run into a couple iffies, but
no, it's for them so much fun. So I'm gonna do a shout out at the end of the video to a couple of our fans that have been just awesome. But I wanted to talk about one of the videos that we shot. So one of the videos, Chris, that you wrote and directed and shot, it was 45 seconds, was about Femi Taylor. Mm-hmm. And we pronounced her name correctly, which is a big deal. It's very important.
Yay.
But I saw that she has her own page and she runs it. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, just out of the blue, I'm going to message her and just let her know she's in this video. And she actually shared it to her page.
That was really cool.
It was really cool.
Both fan pages.
Yeah, she wrote back and she just like said it was awesome that we made it, and she shared it to her page. And I was grinning all day that day. That made my day.
He texted me while I was at work, and my phone, I can't have my phone on me, but I occasionally will connect to my watch because of the distance. Mm-hmm. And I got that text, and I wasn't able to text Jeremy back until break, and I was like, what? Oh my gosh, Femi Taylor reshared it. Oh my gosh, like freaking out. I was super excited. I told one of the docs I work for, and he was stoked about it, and it was a good feeling.
Well, and we're talking about she was in one of the original 3 movies, like the original Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
A lot of stuff separates the community, but most people love the original trilogy.
Yes.
And so to just know that she saw the video and that she appreciated it, that's what makes things fun. And it reminded me of Keith, actually. And Keith talked about how he worked with people who worked on Black Mirror and people who worked on, books and some of these people that he's met. And you're like, wow, that's really, really cool. All he did was reach out to him.
Yeah.
Right?
The worst that they can do is say no.
Say no.
Exactly.
And so again, that's just more affirmation that I'm not going to be able to get a hold of Mark Hamill, very easily.
I don't know about that. I was going to say.
Okay, Mark, I'll tag you in this video. We'll tag you on Twitter and be like, hey, Mark, you want to come to Duluth, Minnesota and come on our podcast because we love Star Wars?
You need to add him on Twitter. That's all I'm saying. Like,
guys,
Mark Hamill and Pedro Pascal, if you tag either of them on Twitter, more than likely they'll repost or respond.
We'll cover his plane ticket.
Yes. That's
you have to find your own place to sleep, Mark, but we'll cover the plane ticket.
We got a couch
right here.
You come down, stay here.
Goodness.
You can have this for company.
Yeah.
So we'll give you this. Mark Hamill, if you come on the show.
You want to give Luke Skywalker a Star Destroyer?
He can blow it up. That's our video, Chris. We'll have Mark Hamill
what if we got
up.
That'd
be awesome. Okay.
We build the UCS Death Star.
Well, no,
and let him blow it up.
Yes, but he has to do it without a targeting computer.
He has to use the Force.
Fine.
So back to Femi. So I went down the rabbit hole with Femi, and so I saw that she did that, and then because of Facebook, you know how it works, advertising and everything, it came up with this website called Cameo. And again, not a sponsor, nothing like that. It's just we do this because we live our lives every day, and then things that happen to us we talk about. And so Cameo, I went down the rabbit hole, and what a really cool website and a really cool concept. So Cameo is a website. I'm sure there's there's always competition.
Yeah.
But at least with Cameo, you go on there and a bunch of celebrities sign up, and for a different amount of money, you can get this celebrity to record a video for you. And they cost anywhere from I think the cheapest is $5 and the most expensive is $1,000 or $1,500.
$1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Any idea who the most expensive person is on there?
Well, I know. So, boy.
Snoop Dogg is $750.
Snoop Dogg is $750. I can tell you right now that if you've seen the Lego Movie 2, that Tiffany Haddish sings the Queen Whatever I Wanna Be song. That's the only place I know her from. She's $1,000.
Dang.
So she's one of the more expensive ones.
She's a known name in pop culture.
All right, fair enough.
So here's what's kind of fun about the website. Is you go through and every video recorded, I'm assuming every video recorded, goes public on there too. So you can see the most recent 3 videos that person has done. And it's really fun to log on there. And you're using Facebook and it tells you, oh, this page usually replies within an hour or 2 days. That website does the same thing too. So it says usually replies within a day, 2 days, or hours. So if you want to get someone a birthday present or a Christmas present, you can do that. You can do it, and if there's enough time for them to make the video. So there's some really fun ones on there. So
John DiMaggio's on there.
John DiMaggio, who's the voice of Bender. Chris's favorite person on the face of the planet, Jim Cummings.
Yep, Jim Cummings.
And
he's on
voice
there.
of Darkwing Duck and more.
So what's funny?
He's the best. I love him so much.
Okay, after watching these, it's so cute.
Did you watch any of his?
No, I haven't.
So a lot of people will just record it in a selfie style video. He does a stuffed animal in the frame,
Winnie the Pooh,
kind of animates it. Not animates it, but
moves it around.
Moves it around a little bit. So he'll do Winnie the Pooh, and a lot of parents will do it for their kids, and it's the cutest thing ever. I love his voice.
He did Winnie the Pooh and Tigger in one.
Oh.
It was so cute.
And then in his intro video, he will do Darkwing Duck as well, Chris. So if you Darkwing Duck, he'll do the Darkwing Duck, and so I was thinking, we were Karen and I talked for we really need to get Chris a Jim Cummings cameo or a cameo.
That'd be dope.
It would be. Right?
I wonder if I can get the raw files somehow.
What would you do with it?
I'll just to have and preserve so nobody can take it away from me.
So you don't so you can export it multiple times and just never lose the lossless.
I don't want to have generational degrades.
Yes, you just export it, watch it, and then delete that export, and then re-export it and watch it. Oh, it's so fun. But
So I know this is a little bit of a rabbit trail, but we're talking about voice actors. So I rewatched the second episode of Futurama.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone back? Like, we're in season 8 right now. Have you gone back while watching a later season to watch an earlier
well,
season?
it's 4x3. And
Yeah,
the
well,
graphics
I've
are way
rewatched it
worse.
multiple times. Like people's voices are all
The voices
yeah.
are whacked. The only two that sound the same, Fry and Leela. They sound pretty
Bender
similar.
sounds different?
Oh, totally different.
He's
like really he's a lot lower. He's like
and a little more
"Rrr."
slurry.
Yeah. Well, the idea was like John DiMaggio's like, what does a drunk robot sound
Yeah.
like? He's like,
So-
Bender.
Yeah, it sounds weird. Professor sounds weird.
Yeah.
Amy sounds weird. Zoidberg,
But they're all the
weird.
same actors.
They are,
Yeah,
but they fine-tuned it as they go
that's
on.
exactly the thing.
Crazy. It's crazy. So you need to. So you watched probably half of season 1 without me
Yes.
before I jumped in. So now I'm just rewatching those.
Oh.
You need to go back and you need to now that we're in season 8, you need to go listen to season 1.
I'll have to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'll have to do that. That's cool.
Anyway, Cameo. Sorry about that rabbit trail.
No,
But yeah, and so
Good
so
tangent.
so Femi's on Cameo, and she just seems like the sweetest person ever. Mm-hmm. And so that just is, again, when we went to the Star Wars celebration, you have a lot of these celebrities.
Daniel Logan.
Untos, the guy who
Jonas?
plays Chewie. Jonas.
yeah.
Juntos.
Words are hard. That's I'm just throwing that out there.
Jonas.
Jonas, the guy who plays new Chewie, he's on there. Yeah, Daniel Logan's on there.
Daniel Logan does some pretty cool ones. Like he's just like really like excited, and he always signs off like Daniel Logan Boba Fett and stuff like that. And
Nice.
It's pretty fun. It's really cool. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something you should go just check out there. It's fun to just spend 15, 20 minutes looking at some of your celebrities that you would never guess. The guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway is on
Colin
there.
Mockery.
There is the Office people. There's just a lot of people on there
people
that I
from The
can't believe.
Office, Game of Thrones,
Lord of the
Dominic
Rings.
Monaghan from
Oh,
Lord of the
yeah.
Rings, Mary.
And Sam,
He's in there,
right?
and Sean Astin.
Yeah, Sean
He's
Astin's
one of
in
them.
there.
I was
Who's
like,
played in Stranger
what?
Things and Lord of the Rings.
He was
Rudy.
the Rudy. Yep.
So cool.
I should get him to do the speech from Rudy.
What about the speech from Lord of the Rings? Is it Return of the King where he talks
It's
about
like I'll carry it, that one.
the one where they're leaving Osgiliath to Faramir lets them go, and actually it's right before Faramir lets them go. But the Nazgul have attacked the city, and they're sitting there trying to hide. And Frodo's like, "Why are we doing this, Sam?" And he ends up with this long, just
Is it the thing where it's like,
speech.
I'm thinking of the very end where I
Not
can't
the very
carry,
end. It
I
might be
can't
the
carry
end
it,
of
but I
Two
can carry
Towers.
you.
Yeah,
That's the
it
end
might
of
be the end of
movie,
Two
yeah.
Towers.
Okay.
It's an excellent speech, and I know like in the extra stuff at the ends of the movies, or like the extra discs, I know he said he thought that was going to be super cheesy and super bad, but then like once he actually watched it, he realized how good it was. I liked that speech. I can't remember how it goes exactly, but it's a nice long speech. Anyway, sorry.
It's been a while since I watched Lord of the Rings. We'll have to do that.
It's been a while for me
point.
too, unfortunately.
We should do a good bad of the Lord of the Rings, I guess.
And Carol
I
will
don't,
be like,
I don't have
good.
900 years.
Haldir
Jeremy.
dies bad.
I didn't say Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Okay, we just watched 9 Star Wars movies.
Yeah, over
there
the course
are
of
3
3
Lord of the
months.
Rings.
It'll take the exact same amount of time to get through 3 Lords of the Rings.
Ah, fist bump from a distance, Chris.
They're total 11 hours.
Yeah. Anyways, Lord of the Rings, they're great. They're great movies, but it's just fun to pick on them
Excellent
for being
movies.
long. But I'm just excited. So what I was going to do is I was going to give a shout out to just a couple people here. So we got an awesome message from, let me see here. We're just going to say Jamie. Can I do that, Chris?
Sure.
Yeah, right?
Or maybe just do first name. I'll bleep out the last name.
Okay. We'll say from Jamie. Mm-hmm. We got an awesome message from Jamie, and she shared her experience, what it was like to go to a convention where she lived, and showed us an awesome picture of her and R2D2. So that was really cool. And then
Yeah, she shared her experience with us because we shared our experience on the podcast. It was
Yeah.
just a really cool kind of moment.
It's probably one of the nicest messages we've received. I saw and I was like, oh.
so we just want to say thank you, Jamie, for being awesome.
And taking the time to write us a message.
write
We
out
look at
and-
all of them, even though we're sort of bad at replying sometimes.
Our time to response, 1 week.
yeah.
Right.
Question mark, question mark,
Great.
question mark.
No, it's up there. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's usually
Yeah.
within an hour.
It
says.
typically, pretty quick.
And then we also got to say too, BRD11, you're getting a shout out in a Lego build. It just hasn't been released.
Yep. We keep saying that this shout out exists.
It does. It really does. And the video was shot a while ago.
What, like 4 months ago?
August 2nd.
God, 5 months ago?
And I think that one comes out, I don't want to say, June the 30th this month,
Of this
maybe?
month?
I thought you said June. I was like, what?
I was going to say January, but then I was like, maybe I'll just say the 30th. Because it's January.
Right.
I'd have to look. I guess I can look right now since I don't have to control the cameras with my phone anymore.
That's so much fun. It saves us so much time per week. So then as far as...
Oh, the 16th. It comes out this Thursday.
Oh, hey,
yes,
finally,
so-
you'll see it.
This Thursday, come back and check out
Poe Dameron's X-Wing.
Poe Dameron's X-Wing, and you get a little shout out there. There's a funny story there. I mean, I could tell it, but we could just let it. Basically, you commented on a video, BRD11, in the middle of a Lego build.
And what video would that have been in August? Now I got to look. Go ahead.
And so Chris will bring up the video. I got the notification in the middle of the shoot, so we thought, let's just do a shout out right then and there. So you can see that in the video, which is so cool. That's so much fun. It's really cool to see everything like growing and getting bigger and the reach getting awesome. And then
BRD has been like,
he's been with us from the start,
yeah, for a friggin' long time.
which is pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
The start is a
so
long
thank
time
you.
ago.
I mean, May, so
Yeah.
math is hard. 8 months ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many months ago would August have been from now?
5.
5.
Kara's doing all the math.
So
I can do easy math.
Oh, could have been the Galaxy's Edge video.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the Galaxy's Edge video, actually. Yep, I think that's
Had
what
we
it
had
was.
just gotten back
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
Galaxy's Edge?
so okay, so I was wrong, Jeremy. Podcast 11 was our podcast in California.
We were
I said it was podcast 9.
we had a pre-roll thing. But so here's what's fun coming up. So we've got a lot more. We have a lot of Legos coming up, which is really cool. But I'm excited for all the new fun Star Wars stuff. But I really like Star Wars every day. So I'll say it now. If you're at this point in the video, you should, if you know any really, really cool Star Wars facts that you think a lot of other people might not know, comment them below, and we will turn them into a Star Wars everyday video.
Yeah.
And we'll shout you out in it because you
And
gave us
we
the
will
idea.
shout
That's
you
right,
out
we
in it.
will.
That is true. So I'm looking forward to that. Definitely do that because it's kind of fun to see. I learn things from people all the time who come up to me and they're like, "Hey, did you know this?" And I didn't. It's a really neat little thing. I'm going to end up quoting like there's some awesome books that we're going to be just sharing little tidbits from and stuff like that. So and I really like we got somebody to do the Jedi quiz and they were a Jedi Master.
Yeah.
So I took it.
Ooh.
I was also a Jedi Master, Qui-Gon.
I have
Qui-Gon
yet to
level
take it
Jedi
because
Master.
I'm a lazy slacker.
Oh, really? Well, we know Kara's a Sith.
You know what was a bummer? So when I was recording the B-roll for that video, since I had already I took the quiz when I was doing it, and I couldn't go back to the beginning to have the unanswered questions. It just kept recalculating my score. I had to open an incognito browser.
Really?
What?
To do it because
Yeah.
the cookies kept. I could either delete the cookies in my browser and then have to type all my passwords in again. Who wants to do that?
Right.
Or I could open an incognito window.
Right. And then it
do
just
it again.
starts.
That's
it's like a sandbox
ridiculous.
browser.
Ugh.
That's cool. I mean, that's what you scroll through and you see your answer.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even that because it has that it splashes to a thing where it's like calculating your thing. So like even like Shift F5 or anything like that, it just kept on. It's like here's your final score, and it's like no.
What's Shift F5?
So F5 refreshes the page. Shift F5 deletes the cache for that page and refreshes it.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't delete the cookies for it, but like it
Chris just
deletes
drops-
the cached version of it out.
Just drop Shift F5 like everybody knows. Like when you
Sorry.
said Shift F5, I'm thinking like Shift F5.
Oh, no. No, Shift F5.
Yeah, the function key 5.
Yes. Which that's old school.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool,
No, so
cool.
I forget. I say things all the time at work. I'm like, oh yeah, I just hit, it's like Control Space 9-3 and it'll make whatever.
It's like me talking dental talk, and you guys being like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. That's fair.
I'd like my Gracie 1-2 to clean out the calc on the distal of number 25, please.
Oh my
Ooh.
goodness.
It's like a foreign language. You don't want to hear
Ni
me
hao.
dental speak. Kara would come home and then she would be studying for all this stuff, and I would absorb some of it. But then it's fun just to throw out random dental terminology.
Oh,
But I have
tongue?
Right? Right? I know what that is.
That's in the mouth, right?
Yeah, the tongue. Well, no, it's like
Do you know
so
what the tongue side of the tooth is called?
the buckle,
That's the cheek side.
the ecclesial.
The inside.
No, the exterior,
The lingual.
The
the
enamel.
lingual. The
So
lingual.
think about it. You talk and
the
your tongue
lingual.
helps with the
Lingual.
linguistics and stuff. The
Yeah,
lingual.
that person who made that up was just being cheeky.
So do you know why it's called the buckle? Because of your buccinator muscle. The buckle. And then you got the facial, which is your face side. Which is the out. So like the outside of your front teeth is the facial.
How?
And then the outside of your back teeth is the buckle.
Well, your teachers are very proud of you right now.
Do you think they're watching?
Probs not.
They're too busy being teeth nerds.
Right.
Could you? Oh man, I'd love to see a bunch of teeth nerds get together. And what they
Okay,
talk
just
about.
watch it. There are dental podcasts out there.
I'm sure they're
Oh,
on.
One of my coworkers are actually on one of them not that long ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What a world we live in.
Oh, and she wants to be on our podcast sometime. She says she knows nothing about Star Wars, but she definitely wants to be on the show.
Well,
You can do
Hey,
that
maybe I can have her on when
yeah,
you're
when
gone.
Jeremy's gone. That's fine.
And
by
we
me.
can just have a whole dental. And we can talk about the dental of like, because Togrutas, there's like stuff about the dental of Togrutas and stuff like that.
oh
we
man. So
can
not only
talk-
does Star Wars have taxes and space gas, they gotta go to the dentist.
Man, space dentistry sounds like the worst type of dentistry.
man, your tooth.
Can you imagine C-3PO coming, open your mouth so I can please clean off the calculus?
Oh my.
Do you floss? Because you are bleeding.
No, it would be the one droid that guards the Jabba the Hutt's palace.
Jabba
But you are bleeding.
Oh, Jabba the Hat?
I wanted to get it out as quick as
T-shirt that I need to
possible.
make.
Oh no! I was excited. I wanted to get it out there. The Jabba the Hutt. We laugh at the Mandalorian and Jabba the Hutt because the droid goes, "But you are blinky," and so I was like, "But you are bleeding." You know, dental droid. That's what I was going for.
Jabba the Hat was better, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
I appreciate that you got that far, though.
Well, you know those dang Hutts. They're always wearing their hats.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
So yeah, who knew that there was?
I was thinking torture.
Oh, now we've got to
droid,
do a Star
but
Wars every day about the dentist side of Star Wars.
It's actually a little
But
clip
Jeremy
that I
has to
watched on
present it
Togrutas
instead
on
of
YouTube.
Kara.
Right?
So what do Togrutas have to do with dentists?
No, we got to save this content.
save
This is
it.
Facebook exclusives.
Man.
Facebook.com/Rise
Yeah.
of the podcast.
The only thing you can know about Togrutas Dental is if you hop over to Facebook.
Go check us
Do
out.
it now. Link in the
Facebook.
description.
That's right. Oh, we were supposed to link AJ in the description of our.
I commented on.
You commented it, but
Yeah,
my eyes are wet. I'm sorry from friggin' crying from laughing so hard.
It's always at my expense.
It is always at your expense. Like 99.9999% of the time, it's you.
Jabba the Hat.
Jabba the Hutt.
Okay, I have 3 shirts I need to make. I need Throwing Salt.
Yeah.
I need
Yoda
Han
Shrek.
Yoda Shrek and Jabba the Hat. And every single one
Jabba
of
the
them.
Hat just needs to be a hat.
It does. It's just in the shape of Jabba.
It's like a beanie, but it's got little arms coming out.
Oh,
of
that's
it.
funny. I was picturing a fedora.
I was picturing a baseball cap.
Wow, we're crazy. We're all different. I like the beanie. You could whatever.
And it'll
contort
just
the
have like a
beanie
little,
into
a little.
Yeah, like instead of
tail
having a
hanging
palm
down.
on the top, it's just like a little, yeah, you give yourself a
Ooh.
Jabba the Tail mullet.
crazy.
Jabba the tail.
It's the only hat I'm allowed to wear on the podcast.
Yep.
Chris doesn't let me wear hats because I would shadow my face, and then he's got to get a fill, and then
Yep.
who wants a fill? No one on this.
You
no
need
one
to
named
wear
Phil
hats
is
like
allowed on
I
the show.
wear.
Yep.
Are you saying
exactly.
that Phil Roper can't come on the show anytime?
No, Phil can come on the
You
show.
said Phil. You said
No,
what
his
was the
name's
name?
Roper, though.
Yeah, we'll just call him by his last name. We'll nickname him.
PR.
So, and then the other fun thing is we've got a lot of fun Star Wars stuff. So I can't wait to see some of this come out because Mandalorian did an excellent, just really reinvigorated Star Wars for a lot of people. And I was thinking about the episodes today. And Kara, did I tell you? Yeah, I told you this morning. So Cara Dune's character, I did not know
This morning? When would you have told me this morning?
when I woke up.
Do you think I remembered a single thing you said when you woke up this morning?
So, do you know where else Cara Dune, that actress, has been in?
Gianna?
I don't know what that
No.
means.
She fought the big silver guy in Deadpool.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
and she was badass in that. Like totally was. She got in the fight with him. Remember she like kicked him right in the nuts or whatever. And then, remember that? You guys remember Deadpool?
I do.
I do remember. I think I've seen it once. And it's been a while.
She was in that fight, and then before that, so like Ronda Rousey is a big name in women's MMA.
Yep.
And I guess Cara Dune was MMA before, like she was big before Ronda
I mean,
Rousey.
she's ripped. Like,
So
Yeah.
that's kind of fun too. So we should do a Star Wars every day about that, and we can talk a little bit about that.
So you just burn through all these things.
Ah,
We
but
got 358 more of these we need to make, Jeremy.
this year
Oh my goodness.
we're gonna run out of facts before. No,
That's not possible.
we're going to have to
not.
read all the books, all the legends, all the everything.
I like the books, so that's fine.
I like the books too.
I like the books, but we've got a lot more. So I'm excited to see. So the Mandalorian did a really good job. That was my tangent, and then the Clone Wars is coming out
February
very
17th?
soon. Very soon. I can't wait for that. And then the word on the street is Rebels is coming out with another season, which I loved that show. All of my favorite
Kenobi.
Oh man,
That's not coming out
Who's-
this year, is it?
Yeah.
What?
yeah, like
Yeah.
in February. It's soon.
March.
It's
I thought it was March.
March.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, they're keeping things going. They're gonna release all this hype before the Star Wars
We
celebration.
said last year was the year of Star Wars. I mean, this year. I mean, you're getting Clone Wars Season 7. You're getting...
Rise of Skywalker came out last year.
Do you say Rise of the Skywalker?
No, I said The Rise of Skywalker.
I don't know. We'll have to
I'm
check that
fairly
back.
certain he said Rise of the Skywalker.
We'll see.
Anyway.
Job of the hat. Oh, it's so funny to me.
Well, that's what happens when you try to say something quickly. My mouth was faster than my brain, which it seems like it is most days.
Yep.
But
That
and
ends in
then
Y.
the other thing too is we're gonna be at the Star Wars celebration this year, so that'll be
Is
really.
it too late to get a booth?
I don't know. Maybe
I don't think so.
not.
I don't think so. I
I
think
should look
you
into
can,
that.
you can buy booths pretty late, but then we'd end up having to sell our tickets on light because we wouldn't need them.
Well, maybe we'll do a giveaway.
Hey, now
Oh,
that
yeah, I wonder what the cost would be for a booth versus 3 tickets.
Probably
equivalent.
I bet you a booth's pretty spendy.
Yeah, probably.
Bet you it's $3,000-$4,000.
So,
And
we'll have Job of the Hat. We'll have the On the Other Side
yeah,
t-shirt.
there we go. We'll sell merch.
Jeremy's throwing salt,
Yes.
You can just walk by and give Jeremy $1 and he'll throw salt at you.
right?
It's the-
It'll be like the Mandalorian thing. You donate to their charity, they'll go and bounty hunt somebody.
Yep. Jeremy will be salty at you.
Yep.
Yep.
Jeremy's just sit like a crotchety old man in the corner, just get off my lawn.
You guys, what was I was at work and there was something, and I was like, well, now it's like I'm on the podcast. Everyone's just picking on me. That's okay.
You're
That's
the only
okay.
one of us that's able to tolerate it.
It's
Right,
true.
right. There's another funny story. So I was working. We love Legos on this channel, right? So I made this really fun. All right. So I had this big grand plan in my mind of we do 2 types of Lego builds: the ones that you guys all see, and then the ones that don't go anywhere because they're my responsibility. I do them at home in my free time. And
These are supposed to be Instagram exclusive.
these are supposed to be like Instagram, or I mean, even they could be on Facebook or whatever. Just smaller, short form content that wouldn't really make a good big time lapse video because their sets are too small. Because there's so many fun sets. You've got the duel on Mustafar, you've got Luke's land speeder, you've got snow speed. There's so many cool little sets out there.
Pod Racer.
The pod racer, and so what I wanted to do is I do these little. You just build, take a picture, build, take a picture, and I combine it with stop motion because you kind of see some of the stop motion that I want to try in the videos that we do. And so I made this fun little video of building Yoda's hut, and I started off, and I'm downstairs in my basement working, and
Well, that was in your basement?
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was on your kitchen table.
You've taught me well. So here's what we did. So I ordered a roll of photography paper, unrolled it, and gave myself a curve so you get no hard angles.
Oh, so
I
good.
used our light wands that you recommended me to get to light it, and
It looked good.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, so anyway, so I start and I take a picture and I move Luke. I take a picture and I move Luke, and I had this big grand scheme that Luke was going to build the entire thing. And it probably took me an hour to shoot 30 or 40 frames because you're moving them and he tips it, so you got to like reline everything up. So I thought, forget that. I'll just build it. But it's a fun little video. I got it done. I was very proud of it. And then it was just video. I was like, I need to do sound effects to it. So I put in some sound effects to it. And what a difference does that make? The sound effects are literally 50% of the video in my mind at this point.
Well,
They're that good. Or
It's
that
called
fun.
it's called AV, and the A comes before V.
Oh, that is a very did you like? Is that a saying in the industry?
I mean, like I don't want to say it's a saying, but it's like whenever people talk about people that lack discipline in creating good quality sound, it's like it's called AV for a reason.
Yeah,
Audio visual.
video, yeah,
Or video.
audio visual, yeah.
So it really made the video like pop. You know,
Yep.
the video looked great, but it really made the video pop. Now the problem is so many little actions, so many sound effects. So I got done and I scheduled it to come out even, and then Chris is like, "Hey, Jeremy, your video is awesome."
Okay, who suggested it first, though?
Okay, that's even better. All right, let me rewind just a little bit. So I was like, "Kara, what do you think of this?" She's like, "It's good, but it needs music. It needs
Or
music."
swamp sounds or something in the background.
And I said, I'm not gonna find this is 14 seconds. This video we're talking about is literally 14 seconds. And I got like a couple hours into this thing between shooting it and editing it, and then the freaking audio layer was turned off, and I couldn't drag the music into it or drag the audio clips into it. And I'm like, Chris, can you fix this? Click, it's fixed.
It's literally It was such a simple thing, but it's like it's easier if I can just show you how to do it instead of being like, okay, so navigate to this thing, then move your mouse to the left of this, and then click in that area.
Yep. And so I'm like, I'm not going to find a 14-second clip. Plain and simple, I'm not going to do it. So Kara's like, well, then just put in swamp sounds. It'll really, really make the video just be good. So I looked for swamp sounds for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, no. So the video is scheduled to come out. You guys would have already seen it by now. And Chris calls me up. He's like, hey, this is an awesome video. This is really good. I'm very proud of you, Jeremy. This is very good, but you're going to have to add some stuff to it. He's like,
it's like I don't ever want to jump past the compliments, but it's
Right.
like compliments are fine, but really it's like you should just know that I appreciate what you do, and now here's where I'm just going to totally destroy you to make you better.
so he's like, I'm like, Chris, I've looked. I didn't find swamp sounds I liked. He goes, click, they're in your inbox. Here you go. Here's
You
a link.
never showed me it with the sound.
I haven't put him in yet.
I told Jeremy, it's like, if I spend 5 seconds and I find exactly the right thing, are you going to be mad? Because I knew exactly where to look.
Yeah.
If anybody's looking for Creative Commons attribution sound effects, go to freesound.org, hashtag not a sponsor, and you can utilize an entire world of crowdsourced sound effects, and all you have to do is attribute the person who created it, or it depends on what you either have to like. Some people are like, oh, just leave a comment on what you use this sound for because I'm interested, or it's like just put my name in the credits somewhere or whatever in the description. Or some people just like use it however you want. I don't care, which is what most of them do because they're just interested in like propagating this huge sound library.
That's cool.
So it's super dope.
Awesome.
So Chris got him, and so anyway, so then the video was scheduled to come out at noon Central Time, and I was really busy that day because I was at work, and then so I was like 10 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I gotta unschedule that video. And then immediately when I did, Bill messaged me. He's like, "Hey, did you have a post scheduled for noon?" Like, yeah. He's like, "Where'd it go?" It's not ready yet. Sorry. So yeah,
Jeremy thought it was done, and I told him otherwise.
So he's
His wife told him, and then Chris confirmed.
and so Bill, he's like, "All right." So Bill took care of it. He's like, "I'll schedule something else." So Bill took care of it. He fixed it. He covered my mistake.
Tukis.
I wouldn't say it's a mistake. It's like it would have been good anyway.
Right.
It's
it
just
would've.
like
it just
why not
needed that
do-
something to elevate it a little bit.
Yeah.
Elevator.
Boo.
That's Darth Vader's.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching.
No, actually, that's as good as time as any. And do you guys have anything else?
Oh my goodness. Not really. I don't know if people can tell, but because I'm a little bit further away, we have a little bit different angles. So let us know how you feel about. Oh, I literally just now realized that your space owl is cut off on the top of the frame a little bit.
That's okay.
Poor Mariah.
So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've gotten this far into the video, throw a like on it. I feel like we've earned it at this point. Subscribe if you're not already. Ring the notification bell if you want to be notified every time we upload a video, and we might be doing some live stuff in the future, so you'll be notified if we go live. And comment down below, Lego builds you want us to see, any type of Star Wars facts you want to see us do videos on, how you're doing today, how this video made you feel, I don't know, any type of sick zing on Jeremy if you got one of those lined up.
Bring 'em
we'll take
on.
those in
Very
the comments
easy.
as
Bring him
well.
on. I'm gonna throw salt at you.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course,
May the force be with you.